Oh my god, hey! Welcome back to my stagey YouTube channel. If you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Mickey Joe and I am obsessed with all things theatre. I am so excited to be back tonight in London's West End at the Adelphi Theatre for an invited performance of Back to the Future, the musical. I am so excited to be here to see the show tonight. I know literally nothing about it. I'm going to take you all inside and we're going to have a look. Oh my god, gilet! Oh, that was terrible. I am back home after watching Back to the Future, the musical, at the Adelphi Theatre this evening in London, and my mind is fully blown. If you've been lucky enough to see this show already on its Manchester tryout or at its London preview performances, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. For everyone else, I'm about to fill you in. Here is my review of Back to the Future. So originally I was meant to be reviewing this on press night. I was invited to the press night performance, and then Roger Bart, who plays Doc Brown in the show, was taken ill with COVID hours before the press night performance. So they still ended up going ahead with all of the events of press night. They had a bunch of DeLoreans parked outside. They had some of the original cast and creatives of the film there. Christopher Lloyd was there. And so I was really gutted, but I did want to see Roger Bart as Doc Brown very badly. So I agreed to reschedule my reviewing visit until this evening. And I'll say before I even get into it that I had a lot of expectations for this show. I had a friend who had seen it in Manchester who said expect great things. I'd heard some great word of mouth, and it's not often that I get to go into a big new West End musical knowing essentially nothing about it. I have seen the film a couple of times years back, upwards of a decade ago, but I had heard none of the songs. I hadn't even looked at production pictures. I knew sort of the preset from seeing people's pictures on social media, but I knew very little else about this show, which was very exciting, but at the same time, lots of hype for it to live up to. Before I get into this review, I do want to let you know that as part of this video, I'm going to be giving away this beautiful Back to the Future official souvenir program that I was given as a reviewer this evening. It is huge, it is glossy, it is glorious. It contains all of the cast and creative information. It has features and interviews about the show. It has beautiful picture spreads as well. I mean, this is a lovely little souvenir brochure. So I'm going to be giving this away to one lucky subscriber. All you have to do, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, make sure you've liked this video, and comment down in the comment section with hashtag MickeyJoeGiveaway. To be in with extra chances to win this, all you have to do is head over to my Twitter and Instagram pages, also at Mickey Joe Theatre, where there will be similar posts that you can share and comment on for an extra chance to win. Check out the full description of this video for more information on when that will be announced, as well as the terms and conditions of entry. Now, this is a 5-star show. And there are parts of it that could be tweaked, and there's little comments and criticisms that I could make, and I'm sure people have made, but this is a 5-star show. From the moment that you begin watching this show, just the ride that it takes you on, just the level of immersion in the adventure and just energy of this show, it's really unlike anything else in the West End. It is part show, it is part experience, it is part like a ride almost. It's almost one of those sort of Disneyland immersive rides that they used to have. It feels very much when the show is beginning like you're about to be strapped into something and just propelled forwards. That's the energy in the room and the way that they've really designed the whole thing. But the cast and the talent are 5-star. The staging is 5-star. The design, the attention to detail, the care in just the whole theatre going experience, it is all absolutely top notch. The money that they have thrown at this to just make it this incredible visual feast of a production, you really cannot fault that. Particularly all the technical teams, I really just cannot praise enough for their endeavours here. Just the lighting team, with the sound, with the visual effects, with the projection designs, with the scenic elements, with the staging, with the fight choreography, just all of it. Everything that has gone into this to make the magic of some of these visual effects and just the simple staging moments just done so effectively, it is all just genius. The biggest criticism I have is the score doesn't really do much. The songs are quite forgettable, but it's not really a problem in the moment. The songs get you from A to B and they're satisfying while they are there. I think my favourite part of the score is the fact that they utilise that Back to the Future orchestral theme from the film a few times, and every time that comes up, that's quite stirring. I was literally walking out of the theatre singing la 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 la, like that was what was in my head rather than any of the songs that they had sung. There's a few of the pop songs from the film that have made their way into the show as well. Those are fun, and the songs that they have written, especially for the stage musical, are very of the era, with like the specific eras that they they are in at those times, and that's a clever touch, and that's really evocative of those times, and that really helps, I think. But they're not really songs that I would remember for a long time afterwards. And it's up to you whether that's something that's necessary for you. The whole thing feels very much like it's just a way of bringing Back to the Future to the stage. The fact that it's a musical, sure, but mostly it's about just bringing this film to the stage, which is done incredibly well. My gosh. So Ollie Dobson as Marty McFly is spectacular in this show. He's just so cool. Just the way he just throws himself around and is constantly doing something. This must be a beast of a show to navigate. Like, his actual track and his actual path through this show is just logistically insane before we even get to the fact that he's in almost every scene and having to ground it emotionally and sing incredible vocals and like bring this energy to it as well, and the comedy and the physicality of it all. He gives a really amazing performance, reminiscent enough of Michael J. Fox, and he's certainly captured that timbre of his voice without it just feeling like a bad impression. Roger Bart as well, I was so thrilled to see on stage. I'm a huge Roger Bart fan from the very varied career he has had up to this point. When you think of The Producers and Hercules and Young Frankenstein and Desperate Housewives, the shtick that he has become known for, specifically his sort of crazy vocal noises and just hamming things up, and his tendency to occasionally just scream things, that is very present here. There's so many laughs that just arise from him just saying normal lines in a funny way. Like, so much of his shtick that he has brought to this, clearly his own. It works so well with this character. Again, familiar of Christopher Lloyd, but definitely his own take on it, and with a huge dollop of just Roger Bartness in there as well, which I really appreciate. My favourite thing that he did was just sort of waddling around like a penguin, repeating a line to himself in this funny voice that shouldn't have got a laugh in the script, but because it's Roger Bart, was hysterically funny. Hugh Coles was also a brilliant standout to me. Now, he played George McFly, Marty McFly's dad. I don't remember the film well enough, but I am told that it was like a crazy good impression of the actor who had played this role in the film. It was just really funny, really endearing, really engaging. You really rooted for this character. It was really easy to watch. I really loved Rosanna Hyland as well, who played Lorraine, Marty McFly's mother. She was really good in both eras. She sang fantastically. I loved her performance years back in Urinetown, and it was lovely to see her on stage again in this. I will also shout out Cedric Neal. It's a fun little supporting turn that he gets, but like, the vocals are great from everyone, but when Cedric Neal joins in singing in this show, the vocals go to a whole different place, and I'm thrilled to be taken to that place, quite honestly. So song-wise, the highlight for me was Something About That Boy. This happens right at the end of Act 1. This is a number that Lorraine, Marty McFly's mum, sings when he makes his first appearance at the high school and he's trying to orchestrate a scheme. While she's singing this very 50s number and she's being surrounded in a very Grease Pink Ladies style staging, sitting on these cafeteria benches. In the background there's this elaborate, incredible chase sequence going on with Marty and his dad and the bullies. It's a really hilarious, brilliant, high energy end of Act 1 number. But outside of songs, the highlight of the show, I mean, the whole end sequence is brilliant. Everything with the car is brilliant. The way that they use effects and visuals and staging to make this car drive around on stage, and it's so compelling and it's so convincing. There's something that happens at the very, very end of the show. I am not going to tell you what it is, but it's mind-boggling. You can sort of see what's about to happen and you don't really believe that it happens. I will say, if you're sat towards the front of the dress circle, you have a great time. If you're sat front stalls, you have a great time. I think front stalls is what they call the McFly zone. Wherever you are for this effect in the theatre, it's incredible. I will say, if you like the end of Mary Poppins, you're gonna like this. I had a lovely time in my visit to the Adelphi. They have really kitted this place out so well. I love the way the front of house signage looks. I love the poster design for this show. Once you get inside, they have all of these like retro signs, like above the entrance to the auditorium. The merch booths are adorable. The merchandise on offer, by the way, is stunning. They had some lovely t-shirts, a brilliant range of things. They had socks, they had pin badges, they had a hoodie, they had multiple different tops, they had a little skateboard that that said Back to the Future on. Like, they had some really cute stuff. There was a whole special bar at the dress circle level called the Plutonium Bar, and there was a big clock that you could have a photo op with as well that was stuck at 10:04. Then once you actually get inside the auditorium, the way that they have designed the stage, it's just so incredible. I really love that they have committed so hard to the Adelphi Theatre, the way they have built themselves into this theatre. They are not planning on going anywhere anytime soon, and I am thrilled about that. Okay, so any fans of the film, just obviously, it is a beautiful, faithful adaptation that everyone I know who was a fan of the film really, really loved. It adapts very cleverly onto the stage. It tweaks just enough details so that you can enjoy it as an audience, where you're not able to sort of see close-ups of things necessarily, and it's tweaked with just a couple little plot elements from what I understand. But it really is just a beautiful homage to the film live on stage. Musical theatre loving girls whose boyfriends don't like all of the shows that you take them to. This is the one that I think they will like. Bring your boyfriends, see what happens, convert them to musical theatre, sign them up for an Amdram production of West Side Story, because there are never enough men to do West Side Story. Like, you need 2 gangs. My friend Sean made an excellent point that because we're now watching this story in 2021, it's nostalgic for 2 different eras. You know, it's nostalgic of the 80s and it's nostalgic of the 50s. I think this is a great one to take your parents to take people who lived through that generation to. It's just a great family show. It's just a great coming up to London and seeing a spectacle kind of a show. Anyone interested in the technical side of theatre, anyone who likes great stagecraft, great set pieces, great scene changes, there's so much of that to enjoy here, and it's a really great way to learn about theatre as well and learn about what theatre is capable of in the 21st century. Huge thanks to Amanda Malpass PR, who took care of us very well for the press night. All of us who were there reviewing, we had a lovely time. I am very excited to be at another press night with them again soon, and I'm very excited to go back to the Future again. Back to the no, that's too hard to say, I can't do it. Return to Back to the Future. So those are my thoughts on this show. If you want to read my full review of it, I'm going to be doing a write-up on my blog at mickeyjoetheatre.co.uk. If that's not out already, it should be coming out very soon. Don't forget to enter the giveaway for this beautiful souvenir program that you could be in with a chance of winning. All you have to do, comment #MickeyJoeGiveaway. If you have seen the show already, let me know what you think in the comments section. We can have a whole chat about it. If you haven't seen the show yet, go and get yourself tickets. Trust me, thank me later. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe to my channel for plenty more stagey content about all of your favourite West End shows coming very soon. Also, if you want to support me as a stagey content creator, head over to patreon.com/MickeyJoeTheatre for lots of exclusive photo and video content. I hope that everyone is staying safe and that you have a stagey day. For 10 more seconds, I'm Mickey Joe Theatre. Oh my god, hey. Thanks for watching, have a stagey day. Subscribe!